No matter how much money you have in your bank, this system was never built for you. It was built to control you. One decision made in a room you'll never enter can raise your mortgage, shrink your savings, or change the cost of borrowing overnight. You won't vote on it. You won't see it coming. And when it happens, you'll be told it was necessary. This is not paranoia. It's reality. And once you see the pattern, money stops being neutral. Money hasn't always worked this way. For most of human history, coins and metal were tangible. You could touch them, understand them, and trade them. But physical money had limits. Fraud, theft, and chaos slowed trade. In 17th century Amsterdam, merchants faced a problem. Coins from different nations were clipped, debased, or counterfeit. Trade slowed, disputes erupted, and trust broke down. The solution? A small council of merchants and city officials created what we now call the first modern bank. On the surface, it was to stabilize trade. On a deeper level, it centralized control over money in private hands. Paper claims replaced metal, trust became abstract, and whoever managed it gained power. A century later, England faced another crisis. King William III needed money to fight France, but the treasury was empty. A group of private financiers offered loans, but on one condition: the creation of the Bank of England. On paper, it was a national bank to save the kingdom. In reality, it tied government survival to private finance. The bank issued notes backed by future taxes, wars could be funded with borrowed money, and control of credit shifted into the hands of a few elites. The public was told it was stability. The elite saw power. The lesson? Whenever money is centralized, the few control the fate of the many. Every major change to the financial system follows the same pattern. Crisis first, rules rewritten second. Banks fail, markets crash, people panic, fear spreads. And while the public is distracted, the elite take action. Emergency powers, new institutions, new financial instruments, temporary measures that never disappear. The public adapts, elites consolidate, crises remove resistance, they compress time, they silence debate. Decisions that would never pass under calm conditions are accepted. And after the crisis, questioning these decisions feels radical or irresponsible. Complexity becomes a shield. Confusion becomes control. You notice something strange. Technology advances. Productivity grows. The world produces more wealth than ever. Yet most people feel poorer, not richer. It's not luck. It's structure. When money is created or expanded, it doesn't reach everyone equally. It flows first to those closest to the source. Banks, asset holders, institutions. By the time it reaches wages, prices have already adjusted. Working harder doesn't guarantee progress. Saving doesn't guarantee security. Debt feels permanent. The system rewards access, not effort, and access is limited. The people with knowledge, connections, and timing are always ahead. Most others internalize blame, but the rules were never designed for fairness. In the U.S., control became more sophisticated. Banks failed constantly in the early 20th century, leaving ordinary people to bear the losses while the wealthiest escaped. The Panic of 1907 created an opportunity. J.P. Morgan stepped in, coordinated bankers privately, and stabilized the system. The public saw a savior, but insiders saw a chance to design something bigger, a central bank that would never fully answer to the public. In November 1910, top U.S. bankers secretly boarded a train to a private island off Georgia. They drafted the blueprint for the Federal Reserve, a central bank disguised as a public institution but effectively controlled by financiers. By December 1913, the Federal Reserve Act passed while Congress was in recess. Regional reserve banks existed, but control over money supply, interest rates, and credit rested with private elites. The public was told it was stability. Reality, centralized control. Now the system is global. Central banks coordinate policies behind closed doors. Interest rates, liquidity, inflation. They shape your life daily. Decisions on digital currencies or programmable money are happening right now, away from public scrutiny. This is not fear-mongering, it's awareness. Understanding money's true nature is power. Once you know, stability is conditional. Crises are opportunities for the elite. Money flows first to those with access. You can protect yourself. Diversify, question promises, adjust strategies. You stop being a pawn and start controlling your moves inside the system. History repeats in patterns, not exact events. The public adapts, the few consolidate. Knowledge is your advantage. Stability is promised. Control is centralized. Crises justify change, and you adapt. The system was never built for you, but awareness gives you a choice, not to control the system, but to control your decisions inside it. Money isn't evil, but pretending it's neutral is dangerous. The most costly mistake is believing the system exists to serve you. It never did. It serves those who designed it, quietly, consistently, and in their own interest. Your advantage isn't luck, it's knowledge.